Hey, it's Curly, and today I've got some Pokemon TCG Pocket. So I've been playing this a lot, just like everyone else. I haven't been having the best time because my pulls have been kind of ass, but I am level 13. I do have the premium pass, but I haven't actually spent any money. There's my friend ID if anyone would like to add me, but nonetheless, what I wanted to do today is I wanted to try out some of the versus battles. So what I mean by I haven't been having the best time is that I've been enjoying the game, and you know, it was a novel idea, and the different format for the battles has been nice because I've actually been playing the TCG Live app for the last like 2 months or so before this. So I had actually gotten into the Pokemon TCG, so this was like a nice change of pace, ironically, even though I wasn't really used to the original change of pace, or the original pace. But since I don't have any of the like EXs or like anything crazy aside from my only EX being a I don't know if I can see it. Yeah, my only EX being this Executor that just gets plus 40 if you flip heads. It's been kind of rough out here. So what I wanted to try and do and see if, regardless of the fact, we can go ahead and get some battles here with my Poliwrath. Very vanilla Poliwrath deck, because I don't really have a lot of crazy, you know, cards, unfortunately. My pulls have not been the best in this game. Everyone's coming at me with their, like, Mewtwo EXs, Articunos, and Misties, and all this crazy stuff, and I'm over here like, Poliwrath for 80 for 3 energy response, but let's see how this works out. If you haven't been playing the game, I would, you know, suggest you pick it up and try it out, just if you've ever been a fan of Pokemon as a whole. Even if you've never played the card game before, oh my god, here's what I'm talking about. Even if you've never played the game before, the actual TCG, I'd still give it a shot, you know? Alright, so let's see here. This does 10 for each of my benched Pokemon for Blizzard. So throwing out this Chansey was a bit of a roughie, but let's go ahead and throw out this red card here so we can immediately get rid of whatever their starting hand was, which hopefully does not make it better, but also reduce a card from their hand. And then let's use this Professor Oak. Professor's Research, I should say, to draw one here. We could play the Farfetch'd, but I think we will not do that. Instead, we'll just pass turn here. And yeah, try and build up this little buddy here, which it's really annoying, the like energy curve for some of these Pokemon, especially if I go first, because you know this fella needs 2 energy when I evolve him, so I just have to sit here with Poliwag and not do any damage for a while. It's kind of rough. I guess I could switch out. Alright, they're not doing anything yet. Yeah, I could try and switch out into like the Chansey, but I feel like I'll lose so much momentum that way. This is another EX, but it's like an even higher rarity. Great. Sounds so fun. I don't see the benefit in doing 2 damage here, and they can like practically Oko me, I think. So maybe we'll yeah, I don't know, 10 damage? I mean, I don't know. I guess it adds up over time, but I feel like they can like easily smack me around. Sure, we'll do the Razor Fin here for a nice whopping 10 damage, and then we'll evolve into Poliwhirl next. But if they take out this Poliwag, I'm donezo, right? Because like, not only is that the only thing my deck does, but then I don't have anything else set up just because I'm fearing this Blizzard over here. But I could maybe Sabrina into the other Articuno. That is going to do a lot. Let's see here. So we can go ahead and 1 evolve. 2 use a potion. Here. If I swap it out, would it really matter? Because they could just come in and wreck me with just... they can wreck me with a Blizzard next turn, actually. So let's go ahead and force the switch here with the Sabrina to try and stay in the game here. Okay, they're gonna give me the Starmie, which is fine. Or sorry, Staryu. Yeah, so we can go ahead and Knuckle Punch this. But yeah, next turn they can come in with the one that has Blizzard, but they are gonna have to play the X Speed if they want to switch into it. which they have, yeah. So that's basically curtains. I can't believe I only did 10 damage to that thing, but yeah, now it's gonna come in. Blizzard's gonna do 80 plus 10, 90 damage, and I'm dead. So that's what I'm saying. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Oh, it does 10 to my bench. Never mind. I thought it did 10 for each of my bench. I completely read that wrong. Not that it matters, but yeah, I'm kind of just boned here. It's not really anything I can do. I threw in this Chansey just because, I don't know, I'm an idiot. And I thought because it had a lot of HP in situations like this, maybe I can stall out or something like that. But yeah, this thing's going to do 10 to me here. This sucks. I'm gonna build him up, and he's just gonna be dead by the time he gets out. I mean, Chansey can tank 2 hits, but my Poliwrath is gonna come out with -10 already. Here's the infamous Misty here, so they're gonna flip until they hit Tails, and then they're gonna have a bunch of water energy that they can attach. Okay, great. Okay, so only 2, but that is quite a lot. They're gonna go for the Blizzard here, which is gonna hit Poliwag as well, and then I am dead next turn. So I guess to avoid getting hit on my my Poliwag here, we can force a switch into the Starmie, which I know is already built, so it can already mess my shit up. But let's go ahead and give this that, and we're gonna actually throw out the Farfetch'd here. In case they get their own Sabrina and they force me to switch, I can go into Farfetch'd and then X-Speed into Poliwrath, do a measly 80, and then, yep, there we go, that's what I figured. Do a measly 80 and then just get wrecked here regretfully. Yep, so that's gonna take me out. Basically, in conjunction to win here, which really sucks. If I had another Sabrina, maybe I can do something a little cheeky, but yeah, I don't really have anything here. So all I have is this Poliwrath, who only does Mega Punch for 80, which is a bit unfortunate. Doesn't help that there's no, like, Elemental... Oh, okay, I don't have any more basics, that sounds about right. Doesn't help that I don't have any more, Sorry, it doesn't help that there isn't any sort of, like, Elemental... weakness that I can exploit because we're both water decks here, so it's just raw damage versus raw damage, and obviously the Articuno has the win on that. So they're gonna go ahead and Sabrina again to force out the Chansey so that I don't get a single point here. I had no idea Starmie was actually I don't know why I thought that Starmie was like a normal Starmie, because I have that Starmie but I only have 1 copy. But I didn't know if, because, you know, if it's an EX, you lose 2 points, or your opponent gets 2 points if they defeat it. But that Starmie seems like such a... it's just 90 health, or something like that. But yeah, that sucked. Let me just double check. I guess we can take a look at my inventory real quick. I'll even organize it by like the normal, because I do it by recent, just take a look at it. But yeah, so I recently got a Victory Bell, my second Victory Bell. And I was thinking maybe I can, you know, do something with that, because it's kind of a little funny little thing where it can just force a switch in. So that's kind of cute, and it's 60 for 2 energy. But yeah, I only have 1 of the Starmie EX, which really sucks. If I had another one, I would include that. But I don't. I guess that's slightly better than the Chansey, so maybe we can try and make that work. Like 1 and 1 instead of Farfetch and Chansey. Not that, you know, Farfetch is bad or anything like that. Farfetch is pretty solid, but let's take a look here. So maybe we can swap these 2 fellas out. I don't think this is gonna be worth it. I feel like Farfetch gives more value. And then throw out these 2, right? Up my power output, because ironically, not even ironically, unfortunately, not solo, the Starmie EX.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
How you guys doing on this dreadful election Tuesday night? I'm doing okay, I guess. I've spent all day doing stuff. But that's fine. I won't complain to you guys about that. Yeah, Pokemon Pocket's a thing. I've been playing it quite a bit. They had their first like actual event today, which is nice. They had the like Chansey event over the weekend, but that was kind of whatever. Managed to get a little bit of time in that. I managed to already get the Lapras EX. I don't know what's in those packs, but I think I got 2 of everything except... So I got the Clefairy, I got the Pikachu, I got the Lapras, and I got the Mankey. And the Butterfree. If that's all that there is, then I have almost 1 of everything, which is nice, but my hair is a mess as well. But it's been fun. It, you know, as someone that's just been recently playing the actual game, well, the other app, it's been interesting, but yeah. Hasn't been quite summer Pokemon Go just yet. Imagine if Vanguard pulled a Pokemon and kept Aichi as a protagonist for 20 plus years. They literally wouldn't have to, because I don't think anything would really change. Honestly, whether or not Aichi ages or not. So. I don't want to deal with the election day chaos today. Couldn't care who got selected, so I'm glad my stream is on. Thanks. I mean, I don't follow any of it, and I won't get political, but yeah, I just want it to be tomorrow. Have that over with, and hopefully the less disastrous outcome happens. But apparently it's also like elections in like, I think this month or this week or today, I don't know. But it's also like elections like in other places of the world as well. It's just, of course, the American one being the focus, because Americans make it the focus. But either way, that is a thing that will be happening. So, I still have to vote. Can I write in the Bougie CEO as runner for the... First of all, don't do that, please. Second of all, go vote now. You have like 10 minutes or something like that. I don't know what's your time zone. Third of all, considering how they run Boucher Road, I don't think that'd be a good idea. I wonder if Curly can't order food tonight since the election night is always going to be chaotic. Whoever wins, hopefully no one riots. I don't think have they ever rioted? I don't know. At least maybe not in my era. I've never experienced riots per se, but I probably won't order food either way, but not specifically because of the election. But oh, the only thing I know about the memes is that the only thing I know about the elections is the memes that other countries do about it. Yeah, unfortunately. Is it crazy to renounce my U.S. citizenship and try to move to Canada? I mean, give it a day and then see how you feel about it, and then maybe, yeah. But I wouldn't blame you. I don't know about Canada. I always thought Canada would be like the nice option, because it's like right there, and I usually hear good things, but recently I've heard a lot of not good things about Canada, so I don't know if Canada's the option. I can't think of a single country, honestly, where I would have close or to the same benefits and stuff and sort of the same lifestyle as I do now, and not either be endangered, not welcomed, have some sort of bad experience from what I've heard. So I'll just stay in this hellhole, I guess, for now. But speaking of, I guess, hellhole for some of us, we're gonna go through the last bit of the collab news today. So we have ourselves Takahashi, who was revealed last Thursday, but I was, you know, off because it was Halloween. So we'll somewhat quickly go through all of that to catch up, and then we'll go over the stuff from this morning, including Chrono, the last of the collabs to be revealed. I'm sure there's going to be a little bit more information regarding the reprints and stuff like that, and some of the more comments and stuff trickled out over the next couple of days or weeks. But we'll also talk about some of the other stuff that was revealed in the stream. There was some other stuff that I wanted to talk about
but I did not have any time to make any slides. I literally spent a bunch of time just because I had a lot of work, and I just kept going back and forth between making these slides and going to work. But we'll talk about what I have here, and if there's anything else, I'll try and mention it up. But before we do that, we'll get into the usual cards of the day as we transition to something. I don't know what I'm really feeling today, honestly. I feel like we did during the test last time. Don't let me move it. Whoops. Don't want to play. I mean, I like block, but I can't do news to block. I don't know why I can't. There we go. I guess we haven't done aquatic mine in a while. I guess we'll do that. I would really like to do the Phoenix Wright one, but it's only 30 minutes, so it always runs out. So I have to see if there's a like 2-hour loop that I can find. I can't find it right now specifically. So we'll switch to aquatic mine for now. Right. But alright, let's go through these. We have a mix of collab and set 6 stuff to go through. First things first, we got ourselves hashtag approaching the other side of humanity, which is just black seal trigger. And then we got ourselves serious battle, which is the effect critical trigger for black. Looks really cool. I remember we were talking about the over trigger, and I think I said something about him having like a gun or something like that. Well, close enough, I guess. Then there's pursuing a dream, which is the effect draw trigger. That looks insane. Whatever the heck is going on back there. Then there's reliable friends, which is the friend trigger for black. Right. Then we got ourselves here an actual unit. We got burst equals XX000000 number black. This says continues on rear guard if you have either black as your vanguard. Oh no, if you have a grade 3 or greater black as your vanguard and no other rear guards with the same name as this unit cannot be retired and it gets 5k. Also, if your vanguard is Korokoro, you can get boosts, which is kind of interesting because usually they all say the specific thing and then if it's Korokoro also, but you know, from here on I'll also see some of that stuff where it's just differentiating a bit between what can be Korokoro and what cannot be, which is kind of interesting. That in the beginning I felt like it was very open to what you can use in either the deck it was intended for or just anything within the collab. But yeah, serious battle is black's devil mode. Yes. Black is a shut-in devil YouTuber, sure. I will say this much. I was gonna mention it later on, but the collab, as you know, bittersweet or whatever as it is, it has gotten me interested in a lot of these IPs, manga, series. It's gotten me pretty interested to check out a lot of these series, even the ones that aren't heavily featured, like aside from like the main 5, like even just the ones that they use on the reprints and stuff like that. It just feels like really interesting to see that, and it makes me want to like catch up on just Korokoro comics in general, right? Or anything that I guess specifically been printed in there. But I don't know if I'll have the time to do that. My thing fell off again, but that's fine. I have a power cable for my camera, right? And I have it like velcroed to my desk so it's not dangling all over the place, but it just keeps falling off. I've put the velcro on like 5 different times in 5 different spots and it just rips off the paint and falls off. It was really good one time. The first time I did it, it was great, stuck on to that spot, and then for whatever reason I decided to move it or like something stupid like that, and then I ripped off a chunk of the paint and I was just like, great. So then whatever, I picked a new spot and I was like, all right, it was good the first time, pressed it in there for a bunch, and then it just keeps falling off. But that's great. Where is there math on the Vanguard card? Yeah, okay. Imagine playing a card game and not doing math. Saying that the collab is doing their job, basically, yeah. Shame the no quote-unquote title is currently licensed in the West, yeah. But that is what it is, I guess. But yeah, honestly, like I don't know. I mentioned like the equivalent of like if it was a Shonen Jump collab, but I feel like they've done enough of that where we've like experienced what it would be like if like Shonen Jump collaborated with like other mediums to that extent, right? But in general, it's just really cool to see. It just feels like this world that I haven't experienced and I have like no knowledge into, and it's just very vast, right? There's a lot going on in it. But anyways, then we have here the Ultimate Lifeform NDA. Is this some sort of pun on like non-disclosure agreement? Does Black have some sort of non-disclosure agreement, or am I just reading too much into this? I don't know. But this is a grade 2 that says in drop, if you have either Koto, no, if your Vanguard is Koto, grade 3 or greater, and you don't have itself, you can Energy Blast 3 to call out to rear, so it's combined rushers to an extent, or I guess Immigar. Then it says that when this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater, if you have Black as your Vanguard, this unit gets 10k power to the end of the turn. So pretty solid for a common. Recurs from drop and gets 10k attack. And then that does it for the collab card of the days. And then we got ourselves some set 6 reveals. That Shonen Jump fighting game, the best one of all time. Jump Ultimate Stars? Yes, I do. The greatest collab that has ever existed, ever, of all time, is Jump Ultimate Stars. Ever. That there will ever be in the history of the universe is that game. We got ourselves here Direful Doll Dione here, who just says, for whatever reason, when his unit is retired from rear by your opponent's ability, you can Soul Blast 1 to draw a card. She does not bind herself by her own ability. She just stays there, which makes no sense. So presumably this just happens to be like, this makes no sense to run in actual Direful Dolls. So this just happens to be a card they wanted to make and named after a Direful Doll. I don't really understand the thought process here. I don't know if this is going to be some sort of like pseudo cycler. I don't know what we call these lower level cyclers that are like commons, but I don't know if this is something that every nation is going to get. But yeah, the fact that it's a grade 3, no shield, has to be retired on your opponent's turn, and you have to pay a cost just to draw 1 seems kind of ridiculous. They should have just been free, honestly, if you're gonna put that much on it, but it's whatever. It's the most useless Direful Doll of all time. I don't know about that. She's a barrel doll, I'm calling it. Bro, that's your girl. Stop trying to put this on Barrel. Barrel has 0 dolls. That's you and your boys and dolls, girl. Y'all need to get your girl, figure out what the hell her effect is. I don't know what the hell's going on there. That's not on Barrel. Barrel has nothing to do with this, man. Barrel's not even involved in like the crazy stuff. I don't even know what the fuck she's doing in set 6 to begin with, right? The Gandiva counter? Yeah, sure. In Dark State, it's the nation that needs soul. Let's Soul Blast on our opponent's turn just to draw 1. Makes sense. Anywho, then we got ourselves here the Knight of Shortcuts, Ruckless, who's pretty decent. He says if this is put on Guardian, if you have a Dragon Tree marker, he can go into Soul after guarding, and he gets 5k shield. So that's pretty sick. That's a really nice little common. Gives you soul and 10k shield. Very nice, very nice. I thought Barrel is using Direful Doll Amanda. No, I mean you could. It's not like specifically tied to Barrel, neither by name nor by lore, but you do play it in Barrel, yes. I'd like to. I don't know how crazy it would be if I made like a. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a SMT thing or if it's just like a Power Rangers thing, but I just really want to strap things onto my wrist So I kind of want to take my Steam Deck and just strap it onto my wrist, so I don't have to like constantly like do one of these whenever I go to the next slide, and just have it on my wrist, and I could just do like one of these. That'd be really cool. But I'll see if I feel crazy enough to do that. Excuse me, sir. Barrow has dolls, and Mandine doesn't have Barrow's name. Who the hell? You just made up a name here. Who the hell is Kirkenstein? What? Who the hell even is that? Who the hell even is that? Is that just the one we just saw? Because I've never heard that name in my life. Sir, this is a drag jeweled doll. How dare you? This is for drag jeweled. All right, this is in the drag jeweled deck. So that's not mine. You can blame drag jeweled for that one. What the heck happened? Here we go. And what's the other one? I know the right, her again does not have Barrow's name on it. So it's not Barrow's. I don't know why you guys keep trying to put that on Barrow, where never has a Barrow player play that ever in a list, aside from maybe me one time, because I thought making the deck more Pale Mooney would be cool, and then I realized that she's completely garbage in Barrow because it's impossible to use her. Between Dual Disc and the Omnitrix, I'm sure everybody wants to strap things onto us. Yeah, I hadn't considered Dual Disc. That's a good point. Yeah, but Real took a piece of cardboard and tried to use it as a Dual Disc. I'll do you one further. I built an actual Dual Disc out of cardboard and tape when I was younger. But speaking of tape, we have Nurturing, Watering, Itachilena, who I think is going to be another sort of wave of cyclers that we're all going to get in every nation, possibly, because this just generically says that when this is placed on rear from hand, if you have a Vanguard that is glitter, look at the top 5, reveal up to 1 glitter from among them. Well, choose up to 1 glitter from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and if you did, put this card into your soul. I feel like that's something every nation is going to get, possibly, but we'll see. I had glue and staplers. Ooh, that sounds painful. Vanguard should make their own version of the Dual Disc and duel on a flying balloon. What? Yeah, you had me in the first half, not gonna lie, and then you went with flying balloon. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but I've been saying this forever, that Vanguard would be so much better, and they should just in general have Dual Disc, right? I don't know why they keep doing this fucking nonsense with the tables. I feel like it's just not working out, but I don't think they can have enough, like, giving the direction, right? The art direction, and giving the, like, I want to just general direction the series is gonna go. I don't think they'll be able to incorporate something like a Dual Disc, because that's not really the style they're going for, but Dual Disc are the shit. They should have been got them. But yeah, chillin'. Oh man. At least Aurora got another searcher for her waifu. I mean, you can also search Aurora, no? Like, you can search, it says your Vanguard is a glitter, right? So it has to be one of the Crate Cross epics. And it says up to 1 glitter from among them. So that counts, like, both, right? So you can search out, in this case, Aurora, and also either Relinda, right? But it's only top 5. You do play, presumably 8 of them, right? Because you have 2 versions. So you have an okay chance, but yeah. I feel like all the Crate Cross epic decks have really tight space, so to throw something in like this is asking for a lot, but at the same time, this doesn't give you soul. Aurora has notoriously suffered from soul, and you desperately need to see Relinda, so who knows. I got the balloon bit from Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle City arc. Balloons. Balloons? What? oh, you mean I'm thinking like fucking like a Mario Party, not Mario Kart, like balloon or something like that. You mean a blimp? You mean a motherfucking blimp? I thought you just felt like I was like, why the fuck am I gonna go around like fucking it with a balloon like with my dual disc? Like I don't understand the correlation. Like every time I lose a damage, I pop the balloon, but never mind. We called you Ripoff when you use holograms in season 1. Who cares? Bro, who cares? Rip it off, bro. Rip off something good. Like, imagine all the anime that would have died and never happened if every time they saw someone do like an energy attack, they call it a Dragon Ball ripoff, and they're like, ah, fuck, let's not do that. Can't we just ride on units like the Sky Ridge manga? Yeah, I guess, but dual disc are just like, I don't know, there's something so sleek and like ubiquitous about just a dual disc, right? That you can just have. Like, it is a million times more reasonable to envision a future of us having dual disc than it is for us to ride on our units and fly around in the sky, right? Like a dual disc, even if it's not operational, even if it doesn't have holograms, like we can maybe get to that point. Like that's something that seems obtainable, right? So if they did that in the anime and made it look super cool, that'd be okay. But like, you know, something like Sky Ridge, that shit ain't happen. Right? Right? So, right. Let's come to Life in the Universe. Arc 5 was great. As usual, Ike has to come here with his horrible opinions about everything. But yeah, Arc 5 was peak. I really like the fact, what I liked about Arc 5 is that they removed all the clunkiness. Zexal and Arc 5, they removed the clunkiness of the dual disc, right? Because it was cool, but then you realize it's this like giant fucking like weapon, right? And it's like not that easy to carry around. And they like they went into the crazy direction the season before with 5Ds, where it's like, all right, now it's a fucking giant motorcycle, right? So thankfully in Zexal they just made it like a tablet that like you just put on your wrist and it transforms. But they made it even sleeker in Arc 5, which is basically like a phone, and it just does like magic shit and it becomes like a dual disc out of nowhere. Great, love it. But even Shadowverse managed to do that, where it's just literally you put the phone on and you just draw from the phone. Perfect. Hey Esther, are you saying that's true to Arc 5 being true, or what? If Taizou invented the Vanguard version of a dual disc, he would be the less cool version of Kaiba. I mean, I don't know if he can do that. I don't think his company makes anything Vanguard related, unfortunately. Right? It ain't? You're trying to say Arc 5 ain't peak? I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's the best thing of all time, but it had some really good moments. Is that Raptilia? I don't know what that is. Is that the girl from that Shield hero anime? That sounds very vaguely familiar. Unlock the just unlock like a core memory of the one time I watched that anime. I mean, I don't want to say the one time, but I watched up to like episode 6 or something, but I just never got back into it. Arc 5 is good up until they get into the last season. Yeah, sure, the last season's garbage. I haven't even watched the last season, but it looks a lot like her. Yeah, minus the little like smugness of her. Yeah. But Corp is a construction company, and Taizou's dream is to build a Vanguard dome. Yeah, I would not be against, like I keep saying this all the time, but I still think Taizou should move away from like being in the limelight and go like do some other shit, so we can have some use up that screen time for other characters, like newer characters, so they can actually develop. But if he just went off and became like the Pegasus or the Kaiba in the background of Vanguard, I'd be okay with that. That's fine. Like Kaiba, but he's not a dick. That sounds like the perfect character. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyways, let's go through this. We haven't even gotten to the actual reveals. That deck. It's perfect, yeah. Expanse Green Dragon here is just one of these. If you energy blast, you can boost. And it gets 5k, which I think is pretty decent. In general, that we're getting these. This is literally a piece of lettuce, honestly. But hey, it is what it is. Excuse me. Then we got ourselves here Draconic Dragon Mage Sankey. This fella's interesting. He says, if there are 5 or more turtle cards and you and your opponent's bind zones, this gets 10k shield. So it's a 15k shield, which is pretty cool, right? So if you play like, I mean, you probably won't play it in a lot of these decks, but if you did play it in like Shojoji, it's basically instantly live. If you played this in Snake, it's instantly live. If you play against certain decks, it's pretty live. If you play it against in Gandiva, it's instantly live, except for the fact that, yeah, I'm pretty sure because it just says bind zones period, it doesn't say face up or face down, right? I think it's just cards in general. So if Ladmire becomes super relevant, this becomes a thing that allows you to have an easy 15k shield, right? It does nothing else, unfortunately, so it warrants, it's difficult to warrant the space for this, but yeah. Stinky, yeah, it does also work against dolls, but I highly doubt it'll see any play. Why is this AK that is such a hard condition to meet for a common? I mean, is it really that hard to meet? Like, for the decks that I just mentioned, you can get that relatively easy, I feel like. Yeah, Vermilion can probably achieve this pretty easily. It's probably not live until turn 3 for the vast majority of these. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm sorry. This is a grade 2. That's what you mean by AK. I thought this was a grade 1 the whole time. Never mind. That's a little dookie. This should have just been a 10k base. Why do they keep doing this kind of shit? That kind of pisses me right the fuck off. Should have at least made it 15k shield if you're gonna make him 8k base. Oh well. Uses face down cards as cost to do stuff, that'd be funny. That's cost. I played against a Gandiva main. I get behind 10 on their first time. Yeah, I would not be surprised, but I don't think there's any deck that can do it before they get to grade 3. Like, there's no way they're gonna guard with this on grade 2, is what I'm saying, unless they went second and their opponent's on grade 3 or something like that, but I could be wrong about that. The only other example is maybe Shojoji if they high roll a bit. I think 10k shield is too broken, half the nerf. Yeah. God. I wish, I don't know, I feel like we should have gotten to the point where they realize that no one is playing these cards, right? No one is playing these cards because they just nerf them too much, that they would just be like, all right, let's make these a little bit better. Clearly, we overcorrected too much, so we can maybe adjust a little bit, right? But it just never seems to get to that point where they realize they can they can do a little bit more, and it would not be that big of a deal. But pure being defensive phobic in these series, yeah. Yep. Tint walls are a thing, you get this. Yep. Alright, so when dolls get 10k shield is broken, yet Dragon Empire gets it, it's bad. Shut up. Shut up, you. With your normal base attack dolls that have other effects, yes, I do think so. I do think this is bad, but this is disappointing. This whole time I thought that was a great one. Then we got ourselves the Communinate Spin Dragon, who just is a grade 2 that gets boost if you Energy Blast 3, and he also gets 5k. I can't think of a specific deck that this would work in, but I mean, Varilla maybe wouldn't mind this per se, because he doesn't really use that much energy, but I think he uses energy with the newer cards, so maybe not. But yeah, something that doesn't really use a lot of energy and has a space to play, like can benefit from like a big booster. Maybe we'll like this, but I don't know. Dolls just deck. Sure thing. The two dolls player over here, being completely unbiased, completely fair and impartial. But, hey Douglas. I'm playing against Organic Overlord for Vermilion. I forgot that that's the actual full name. I never want to play against it again. Well, it's only gonna get worse from here. Grayanda? Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really use energy. I don't know if you have the space for it, unfortunately, but you could make a case for that. It's a little rough. It's nice to have the grade 2, so you can move it up and maybe attack. Well, maybe not. I guess technically you can still give it 5k and attack from the front row, but because you need like 2 open back row circles, so that's why I don't know, but perhaps. We go in Dragon Tree, but sadly it's based off energy, and you don't get that till you ride turn 10. Yeah, I mean they might fix that in this set or upcoming set. I feel like they'll probably fix that, but we'll see what happens. I need some early game stuff. Yeah, possibly in the early game. It's not fun to have your entire field move to bind down and take involuntary damage. Yeah. As a Zorgo player, I'm sure you would not like the first part. Yeah. But you have ways to play around it, at least. In any case, let's get into the actual reveals, right? We're a bit behind, so we'll go over Thursday's stuff real quickly. Which is a shame, because I spent like all day on this, but we have Baby here, who's just the starter, who, you know, right upon it, you can go, if you go second, you draw 1. Then we got ourselves a new family member, who says that when this is placed by writing from a Korokoro, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 Blitz order, or up to 1 card with either or Ani Takahashi in his card name, Takahashi in his card name, reveal and put into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Then we have ourselves here Unconventional Baby, who says when this is placed by writing from a Korokoro, search your deck for up to 1 grade 0 normal unit with in its card name and call it to rearguard circle. And finally, we got ourselves non-standard newborn 0 years old. So this has 2 skills. During your turn, if you have a unit in the explosive growth state, all of your front row Korokoro gets 10k power. Then, once per turn, when this unit attacks, you can counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards, stand it. And if you stood a grade 0 normal unit with in its card name, choose up to 1 card with explosive growth ability from your hand, and you may make it explosive growth on that unit as stand. I want to play this baby man so badly. Me too, man. Me too. Yeah, this is literally just better. I feel like, maybe not better, but yeah, this is basically Nirvana. Right, this is literally Nirvana because the explosive growth state turns out to just be overdress, which makes a lot of sense given the context. But it's just, you know, overdress, but in it's funny saying overdress, but it's just overdress in Circea. Here we have ourselves cute little brother. If you have a Vanguard that is either or Korokoro, this gets intercept. Also, if your drop has a Blitz order, it gets 5k shield. So, very strange that they incorporated the like Blitz order stuff from the promo into this deck. I don't understand why they think like Circea is very heavy on the Blitz orders, but I don't really get it. Explosive growth is better than crossover dress. I mean, it's better than crossover dress because you only need 1 card. Since you can, yeah, you also return the unit, but I don't know if that makes it better or worse. And I'm gonna fix the perk problem with overdress by bouncing the big form back to your hand. Yeah. And that's what I was thinking as this was happening. I was thinking like, man, I love the like overdress and crossover dress mechanic. They made it feel so bad. So then what they should have done is they should have done one of two things, or both, right? One, they should have copied what Pokemon did, right? For their like EXs and their V Pokemon and their all the other shit. They should have made it so that in that game, if that Pokemon faints or dies or whatever, your opponent takes 2 prizes instead of 1, right? But to compensate for that, they have a really strong skill, right? They should have done that same exact thing for Overdress, because they did the first part where if you retire it or kill it, whatever, your opponent literally loses 2 cards, right? They'd use double the resources, but they didn't make the effect to the point, for the most part, they didn't make their effects warrant having you to play 2 cards in that specific way. But then the other thing they could have done here is like, since it's like Trickstar and he like, you know, whatever he does, I don't understand, but he like dresses up or whatever as the other form. What they could have made it is that like, it should have been like an evolution or like a Digimon evolution, not like from the card game, but like if let's say they attack into the crossover dress or the overdress, or they retire it, or they put it into soul, or they do whatever, rather than having that dumbass rule where you lose the entire stack, they should have just made it so that you basically just lose like the outer form that gets fucked off, and you basically just, you know, de-evolve back into Trickstar, and then Trickstar just stays there, right? They should have at least done that instead of making this dumb crap where everything just gets fucked off. And they kind of did that here. His order is because it's fast, like his growth. It's a joke. Oh, I guess that's true. Maybe, yeah. Either they are stronger, but they missed their mark. Yeah. Make Trickstar token cards so you don't have to minus so much. Yeah, that would have been a good idea too. That would have worked too. I mean, it would have messed up a little bit. It would have had its upsides and its downside. Because one, you wouldn't have all the like drop recursion and all that kind of stuff. But 2, you would have space in the deck and you can just find ways to generate that. Yeah, honestly, yeah, if they just made Jiva, like even just Jiva, right, who just says like discard, to bring a Trickstar, it could have just been discard, or yeah, even just discard, right? Discard 1, generate a Trickstar token, and then call a Prairie Dragon from drop, right? That actually would have worked out perfectly fine. Yeah, they could have just done that too. But do you know what the plot of the manga is? I mean, you're basically looking at it. But alright, sorry. So this is Healthy Baby. So this has explosive growth. So if you have a grade 0 normal unit where you can explosive growth, and you just stack them on top of each other. When this is placed on rear by explosive growth, you energy blast 3, draw 1, and this unit gets 5k power to the end of the turn. So this is literally Verena Arcs, except Verena Arcs makes you draw 2, but it's kind of Verena Arcs. It's like reverse Verena Arcs, because Verena Arcs was CB1. This is energy blast. Arcs would get 5k attack and shield, I think, and this would just get 5k attack. So it's like slightly weaker Verena Arcs. But then it says when this unit attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, that is either or Koro, it gets 5k, so he gets another 5k, which Arcs does not. So this becomes 30k on turn 3, right? Because he gets 2 5ks, and then the Vanguard gives him another 10k, so that's pretty good. Then it says at the end of the battle, this unit attacked, if your unit is in the explosive growth state, release this unit's growth source on this rearguard circle as rest and return it to your hand. So it is like a it's like a Neospatian fusion, essentially, right? It's literally just like Neospatians. They fuse and then they attack, and at the end of turn they fucking disassemble. But at least you get to keep the thing instead of just losing everything. Too much aura is scaring my opponent into submission, honestly. This one I don't like the art of too much because like the coloring looks weird, but these do have a certain type of aura to them. It's probably just because they have that Fist of the North Star look to them. So this is one of the Verenas, essentially, right, that you can go into. Then we have the brother here. This is Ani Takahashi. He just says you can rest him to choose a grade 0 normal unit in its card name from your drop and call it to rear. Another thing I guess they could have done, they could have made a different fucking Trick Star. They could have upgraded Trick Star, right? They could have just made a brand new Trick Star that says like if I become whatever dress, draw 2, or like they could have really done something with that, had different Trick Stars that you could use for different situations, but they just made Trick Moon and then just gave up at that point. Because the way this is worded, it might have been because they fucked up initially and they made the text specifically say Trick Star instead of a card with Trick Star in its name, right? They probably fucked that up early on, so they were forced to do that. But this just says with the card, with with it in its card name, so they can make multiple ones and just have to have that same name. But you also like 3 with Trick Constellation. They could have done that, man. It like could have been like the Karibos where they have different color, or they could just literally had a bunch of different Trick Stars. You could just have like a Trick Star deck. I don't know. He could have gone ham, but bunch of cowards. Then we got ourselves Ethics Zirotaro here, who says when this is placed on rear from hand, if you have a Vanguard that has either in its card name or is a Korokoro, you CB1 and your opponent chooses a card from your hand and discards it. Flat out discard. Insert KO. Okay, sure thing. Then at the end of the battle, this unit boosted a unit in the explosive growth state. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard in its card name, put this unit into your soul. Counter charge or energy charge 3. Excuse me. So he refunds his own cost. So that's kind of crazy. I was gonna say, it sucks that I keep seeing the red for Kodokodo and thinking it's Dragon Empire. So I was like, oh, you can play forward in this. Or something like that. And then like constantly call this back out, like it goes into soul, call it back out, but yeah, it has to be played from hand and whatnot, so you can't do anything too crazy with it. But it's a nice little card, right? Sorry. Staring in the corner, forgotten flop decks with its discard effect. Yeah, honestly, I forgot you were talking about the deck. I thought you just meant the order when you said Misty Arc just now. Then we actually got 1 Blitz order, and that's it. I expected to get more of these, but so far we only got 1. We might get more through cards for today. But this is Let's Advance into Space for some reason. It just says if you have either Bebe or Korokoro as your Vanguard, you Soul Blast 1. Choose a unit being attack against 5k, then choose up to 2 normal units in their different card names without Sentinel from your drop. Call them to Guardian Circle, and if you have your Vanguard with in its card name, instead of normal units, you can choose trigger units, right? But they still have to be different named, and they still have to be. I don't understand the correlation of them going into space and guarding from your drop, but hey, it is what it is. So you have at least 1 Blitz order you can play in the deck. Not that you really need that many Blitz orders. I think the only thing that calls for Blitz orders, aside from obviously the promo, is not this guy, but this guy, right? But we'll see if there's any more that do. For some reason, what kind of kid doesn't want to be like a fireman or a spaceman? Well, I just don't understand contextually what that has to do, right? I don't know if this is something that happens in the manga. I don't know. It just seems out of nowhere, right? Because the little bits and pieces I know about the manga don't involve them going to space. So that's why it just feels out of nowhere. And then the effect doesn't really correlate with going into space personally. But where's attacks with babies? I don't know. I feel like it's probably some play on something. But then I guess there's some sort of there's a bunch of different babies. Like the more, like, this is what I'm saying about this collab, because I just keep getting more and more entrenched into the series, because I just keep learning different things. And it did this crazy thing where, for one, each of the base triggers have different babies on them, and they're all like for each of the zodiac signs. But also you can link them up. The reverse. You can link them up because you can see here's Libra, and then you can see the other half of Libra here, so you can like line them up and shit, which is I think insanely cool. But let's see. So this is Cancer, this is Scorpio, this is, I don't really know what this is supposed to be, honestly. This one I don't know. This should be Aries and this should be Capricorn. Which sucks because there's no Sagittarius, right? This might, yeah, this is Sagittarius over here, but I don't know. Hopefully they make Sagittarius into a card so I can get it. But yeah, I'm really not sure what this one is supposed to be. Is it not supposed to be? Because it's like lined up with all the other ones. Is this Virgo? Maybe that's Virgo. I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to know that that's Virgo, but I'm assuming that's Virgo. Okay. I got it before chat, or at least before chat popped up. But yeah. I'm curious, when it comes to world and Japanese players playing against English players, how do they navigate the cards since they would be in a different language? I believe you can only use English cards, pretty sure. Unfortunately, yeah. Basically what happens is that Japan has their own worlds, and then the entirety of the world has worlds for the English playing cards. So if a Japanese player wants to take part in our worlds, they would have to play with not only English cards, but also the cards that are, you know, with our backlogged release schedule, right? So they're in like set 6, they would have to play in set 4 meta instead, right? But this is your Kuribo? Yeah, basically this is like Kuribu, Kuriba, Kuribi, or whatever the other ones are. So it's like Bebe Bo, Bebe Ba, Bebe E, Bebe Yi. But yeah, if there's a Sagittarius one, I would love to get it. These also look really cute. I can't believe they have this. Looks so cute with the shoebox. And the fucking this motherfucker with the peace signs. These are adorable. I mean, I guess it's not peace, but it's supposed to be like they're so cute. What is their baby manga sword? I don't know. That's a good question, but they're less Power Rangers, more Saint Seiya or anything, but pretty cool. And then we got this art that looks insane. They revealed this before, and I have not been able to stop thinking about it. I think there's like an SR or like some special rarity where the foiling of this card looks insane. Like the pose goes hard as fuck, but then also the foiling looks insane. And I might actually order it from Japan just because it looks so crazy. But this is just the Kodo rare of the card we just saw. And then this is really interesting. I really wanted to talk about this, but I couldn't stream on, or I didn't stream on Thursday. I shouldn't say really, I couldn't. But they revealed this that I'm still very puzzled about. It's Kodo rare, it's 1 per box. Yeah, so it's like their silver rare essentially. But theirs has alternate arts too. That next Thursday we're getting, well, yeah, you might have to help me out here, but I'm pretty sure it is that we're getting 3 triple rares, specifically 3 triple rares that are supporting encounters. One of them being freaking Battle Sister Cocoa, or Coco. I'm pretty sure it's like Cocoa, right? Because there's an A in there. Which is actually insane, right? Absolutely insane. Because this is Oracle Think Tank. They even have the symbol here, right? So we have Oracle Think Tank just fucking out of nowhere. Cocoa, okay. And then we also have 2 Dimension Police cards. So presumably we're getting 2 Dimension Police cards. This is one of them. And then we're getting, separate from that, we're getting 3 other cards that strengthen current encounter decks. We don't know if it means that Cocoa is going to like be a generic for every encounter flat out, if it's going to be for a specific deck, if it's going to be for all of the existing encounters in her nation. We don't know yet, but very, very cool. Silent Tom and Silent Tom. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they were to just release that an OTT encounter, just bring in Tsukiyumi or something like that, I would not be against that. No. Advantages are milk. Oh, I was gonna say milk. The common or rare from like set 1? You want that back? But I see what you're saying. But yeah, I don't know. Supports, yeah, non-stride specifically encounter decks. Yeah, but I don't know, Boyang, if the way it's worded says something specifically, but I'm pretty sure we don't know which decks like specifically, or if it's going to support one of them, or if it says all of them, right? I don't know if something in the wording or in the context hints to that, but it's just 3 cards. I don't think we know the nations either. We just obviously know that one of them is this, and that presumably the other ones won't be Dimension Police or Brankgate, maybe, but we just know, like, the only statements are true is that we're getting 3 non-stride encounter triple rares, one of them being Coca-Cola for OTT, for Keter, and in addition to that, we're getting 2 Dimension Police cards, one of them being this. Whether or not there's any overlap between those 2 statements, we don't know yet, right? Yeah, and it's apparently a completely unique original Dimensional Robo, which presumably has some sort of lore implications. Yeah, it does not have the encounter border either. Neither does it have the clan, right? Or the race here, or the clan here, I should say. So, very interesting. It might be those like lame cards we got from set 3 that just say like, oh, at any point in time I count as Dimension Police, even though they could have just made a Dimension Police, but whatever. The wording implies each supports all of the non-stride encounter lines, which is even more words for Kokora. How on earth can she support PBO, Minerva, MLB, and Ezel at the same time? Yeah, if that's really what it says, that's interesting. So on the first half, I like the idea of bringing back encounters for just as supporting cards, right? Instead of just automatically bringing them back and tying them to other decks. I would not even be against them bringing back encounters that are like alt arts or something like that. I would not be against that either. That would be a cool way to, like, for example, the Koto collab we have, right? We don't have the licenses to any of that stuff, but you have the licenses to all of your old Vanguard art, right? So just repurpose that or just get new ones drawn, right? Like in the case we have here. So I would not be against them just casually sometimes bringing in encounters just as a one-off card, right? Especially for things that are less likely to get encounters. No offense, but like getting a Battle Sister encounter might not happen, right? Before they do like an Amaterasu or like they do a Tsukiyomi, Battle Sisters is probably like the 3rd wave that they would ever do if we ever get to that point. So just releasing cards like that for like these types of archetypes would be also really cool, or just in general these types of iconic cards, or maybe even the ones that don't really have like a deck that they want to bring back, whatever the case may be. But in this case, I would assume it's just some sort of generic effect that only works with clans. I just don't understand the purpose for it. Like, I don't know if... Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of these none of those decks have any sort of restriction, or like, I don't know. I'm assuming it's gonna be like a During kind of situation where it's like, if your Vanguard has only one clan or something like that, grab a card that only has a clan from your drop or something like that, or like something of that sort. But a lot of them don't care too much about the clan per se. It's more so the name, if anything, like the specific name. The clan is just kind of like an extra thing. I might be wrong, but I feel like that's the case for most of these encounters, right? But I mean, Lugia does have Tongue, who isn't an encounter, but specifically does more if you have only a Pale Moon Vanguard. I mean, I wouldn't even say more. She only does something if you have specifically a Pale Moon Vanguard. Clothing company that can't afford that? Yeah, sure. What makes easy bait fodder? Sure. But I don't know. We'll find out more about this in 2 days. But this has very interesting implications. Hopefully they don't do a bushy road and drop the ball. With that, surprise! You thought I was done with you? No. We got more cards of the day. Here's the other half of the cards of the day. These are for now that you have the context of what this deck actually does. So this is a new overgrown. No, this is the common Vanguard that you can play. Because each of them have a common that you can play as the Vanguard that you can build around instead. So this says that during your turn, if you have explosive growth, or if you have a unit in the explosive growth state, this unit gets 5k. And if it is on Vanguard Circle, your front row gets 5k instead of just him. So he's literally a weaker version of the previous one. Then he says that when he attacks your CB1, choose a rear guard, stand it, and if it literally has the same exact effect, except that he gives the front row 5k instead of 10k. But also he does something on rear. So very, very interesting card here. Then we have ourselves here the Takahashi family. This is a grade 1 that says when this is placed, Soul Blast 2, choose a card with explosive growth from your drop, put it into your hand. That sounds pretty good. For the most part, right? You want to get those back. You can guard with it, get it back, play it that turn. Sounds pretty good. Wrong with the dad's head. He has a big head. What you want? You got something against people with big heads? Huh? What you trying to say? Trying to say I got a big head? Then we got ourselves here, Takahashi baby, no regrets or shame with his birth. This is the another explosive growth card here. So this is another Verena, essentially. This is a grade 3. This says that when this unit is in the explosive growth state, attacks a grade 3 or greater, this gets 10k power, so this can be a 33k attacker. And until the end of the battle, you can counterblast 1, and this gets a critical. So that's pretty good. You can surprise Wombo, play this from hand, and just give it a critical. Then at the end of the battle, if this unit attacked, you bring him back to your hand and rest the baby for him, right? So I really like this mechanically a lot. Then we got ourselves a new grade 0. Like I was just saying that this is what Trickstar should have done. This one says that if you have either Bebe or Kodokodo, and if your drop has a Blitz Order, you make this guy have 10k base power, which is kind of interesting because you can attack with him 10k base, then use the Vanguard skill to restand him and then like cross overdress. Zero regrets, bro. 0 years old. Yep. Trickstar being 10k booster would be so good. Yeah, you can also use it as a booster. Yep. Yeah, they really I don't know, they really dropped the ball. I feel like they just locked themselves in because they were being stupid and they name locked too much stuff in the early parts, and then for whatever reason after set 2 they were like, oh fuck, or set 3 technically, they're like, oh fuck, maybe we should have been smart about this and just made the names, you know. Do you know the shit we did in the previous 2 iterations of Vanguard? Either way, they could even made a new Trickstar for Jiva, and then just made it so that its name counted as Trickstar to get around it. But yeah, I don't understand. Then we got ourselves here the effect crit, gameplayed in earnest. We got ourselves the effect draw, pursuing a dream, and then the effect front, reliable friends. God, I wish my arms were that big. His forearms and wrists are a little bit tiny. He needs to work on that to even himself out. But yeah, I wish it was that big. Anywho, now with that, we're finally caught up. Maybe we can change the pace. We'll change the music. There we go. And we'll go over the reveals from this morning. So we'll talk about Chrono, right? But first, we got this insane-ish news, somewhat out of nowhere. They teased it before that they were going to mention some product information. Everyone was hoping that it was like the next triple drive booster for English, more specifically. No, it's the next set. thought this was Dark States. I can see it, but I definitely see it as Brand Cape. So we got a teaser for two things: a new anime character and a new unit. So this is Gatekeeper of Moon, Zyrug, Virug, Vizrug, right? Obviously for Brand Cape. That Vanguard looks awesome. I'd build that 100%. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the kind of thing that I find cool, and then once the deck actually comes out, I don't find it cool. I feel like this is going to be something that I'm just not going to like to play, because it has that kind of vibe, and it's happened a lot with these type of units that look like this, and then I end up not liking how they play. One way they'll just slap their hand on a keyboard for a name and make you pronounce it. I mean, they haven't already been doing that. Like that hasn't been a thing for the last couple years, but looks cool. You know who doesn't look cool? This guy. This guy looks like I don't know, man. I mean this in the nicest way possible. I'm just being too negative of a player. I'm not being negative. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't think I'm gonna like it. Right? I'm gonna be negative in a moment, but I mean, me personally, I don't think I'm gonna like the playstyle, right? Because I feel like it's gonna be something that I don't personally like. I might be wrong, but I feel like when it comes to these type of units, I'm just gonna not like it, right? But we'll see, because this seems more like an Orphis, like a Chaos Breaker type of thing, and I just don't really like those types of decks, playstyle wise. So, but Brent Barrow, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. I highly doubt Bushiroad would ever do anything like that, but if he does, we'll see. I'd make a promise, but every time I make one of these promises, I'm like I'm like 100-0 for all of these things where I'm just like, oh yeah, if it happens, I'll do X. It never happens. Hair's still not blue, so I'm undefeated. So I'm not even gonna bother. I mean, the final antagonist? Maybe, but I'm thinking something else. Cosplay that's most when I shave my head? Yeah, no thanks. I don't really like his design. He seems just kind of like there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the color palette, but it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm a dude. I'm some dude, and like that's kind of like a Divines thing for the most part. It's just some dude, some girl to an extent, but some of them have some interesting designs, right? But you know, Akina is just some dude in a sweater, and Kyon is just some dude in a sweater, right? So this is just, again, some dude in a sweater, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm just not really feeling it. But in any case, this is Kagetsu Yakumo. Kagetsu Yakumo. So this is like Japanese, so his first name is Yakumo, right? So we're gonna call him Kagetsu all the time, right? I believe. Curly blue-haired hero. Oof, man. It looks like Sophie Bell and Kyon's kid. I mean, I guess. I guess, yeah, I can see that. Is he assless too? Probably. We'll see when they reveal his next keyframe, key animation, key pose. I don't know. I thought this was a G era stuff. I thought this was a G era stuff when I first started. Not gonna lie, the unit, I'm guessing. The guy's supposed to be Mituto's rival and now his master. Yeah, I'll get into that in a sec. If they're introducing him first, then I'm gonna assume he isn't going to be a jobber. I mean, they're all starting to have the same design outside of the hair. I mean, ironic considering they the original problem was that they kept copying the hair. But yeah, they could have. I don't know. They're playing a little bit too safe with the designs. Michiru is going to show up with a new direct duel that copies the opponent's divine skills. The player is comatose for 3 seasons. I don't really want to see a new direct duel, to be honest. His name translated would be like Dark Cloud or something similar. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, he definitely, I won't say he doesn't give antagonist vibes, right? I was going to say originally, he just looks like someone that's like not going to be around, or someone that's going to like die frame 1 or something like that. I don't know why. I get that kind of sense from him. I think it's just because he reminds me too much of like Shinjiro from Persona 3 for whatever reason. I don't know why, but so this is apparently the person that's referred to as Master by now. I assumed that it was Michiru, because I think at the ending they mentioned this Master or something like that, and then they cut to Michiru waking up. I might be remembering that incorrectly, but apparently he enjoys seizing people and exudes a somewhat suspicious aura. So you guys are right to feel some type of way about him, I guess. He was once a professional fighter who rivaled Michiru Hazuma for supremacy, but he disappeared from the professional world after only 1 year of activity. He does look older, I'll give him that much. He does look older than some of the other cast members, but I shouldn't say cast members, I should say characters, right? Also, is it gonna have divine skills? Yeah, I don't like the fact that he's tied to someone else, right? And he used to rival Michiru, because it just kind of sounds like we're gonna get a fated clash again if we're making connections, but I don't know, we'll see. I'd like a new direct duel. I love that unit so much. I just have the DSR. I really like the DSR, and I'd rather not have to get another one. Now hear me out. What if this is a rival, a love rival to who? To Akina or to Michiru? No, what that would have been tying in instead of just making a new character. No, that would have been good tying in instead of just making a new character. What do you mean? Like, you like that they have a connection to existing characters? Like, I don't mind it. It just smells like, especially this wording here, right? Makes me, and the fact that they had to put in supremacy too. So I'm just thinking cat girl, but it just smells like Fated Clash all over again, right? To me, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. When someone master should have been Michiru. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Making it a new character justifies it a little bit more, because if it was just Michiru and the fact that she never mentioned Michiru and that, like, Michiru never mentioned her, whatever, it, like, you know, but I get it. Yeah, I guess I'm okay with it either way, but more importantly, right, we got to reveal that if you didn't think this guy was important, he definitely is now, right? Because he is on the cover for the newly revealed Set 7, which is coming out February 7th in Japan. What was it that Boyang said this was named? Sorry. It was Azure something, right? Here we go. Azure Flame of Crescent Moon. Interesting, very interesting name. Azure Flame of Crescent Moon, according to Boyang. But yeah, I don't make ex-rivals his only character trait. Yeah, some independency would be nice. Yeah, all we know is that he's related to Now. He's Michiru's rival, and he's suspicious. So far, not really selling us on him, right? But yeah, heartbreak again. This thing doesn't have a neck. Yeah, probably not. This might be the neck, right? I originally thought this was the eyes, but that's not the case. So I think it's this. This is the neck. He's just like looking down, right? And then like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking at, to be honest. As usual, but yeah, so this is coming in February 7th. Lore fun fact, after the leaders were defeated, Cray just decided to make their planet one of their moons, just because he's a defender of the moon. I think it's the leaders. there goes me. I had a feeling it would be something I would not like, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. The leaders would be interesting, I guess. I feel like we have a lot of that. Maybe we don't have a lot of that kind of stuff. I'm just thinking we already have Vladimir, who kind of already does that same exact thing. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it isn't Brandgate, so that's probably why I don't like it, because I'm assuming this is going to be more Link Joker leaning than like Nova Grappler leaning or Dimension Police leaning, but we'll see. In any case, judging from the dates that we've had so far, right? Now he gets to delete the damage zone so you never lose, imagine. So yeah, just a quick wrap up. We've had set 1 came out in Japan February 9th, 2024. We got it in May. Set 2 came out in April. We got it in June. Festival Collection came out in May. We got it in July. Set 3 came out in June. We got it in August. Lyrical 1 came out in... you know what's interesting? Actually, hold up. Before I get back to that. We didn't get a Lyrical set. Everyone was pretty sure we were going to get a Lyrical set. We did not. I mean, I guess we still could. Right? Because they don't have a product announced for January, right? Yeah, but everyone assumed that it was going to be like two anime sets, a Craycross Epic Encounter, etc. set, Lyrical, and then repeat the loop, right? I don't know if Lyrical is back to once a year per se. I don't know if they specifically mentioned that. I could be wrong, but we don't have a product in January. But if it is once a year, I don't think they'll do it so soon. But this means Festival Collection 2025 would be a Lyrical set. Maybe. But I don't know if they're doing it once a year. I don't know if they're actually doing it once a year. But yeah, we don't have a product for January. We have one for Japan, I mean. We have one in November. They're getting the collab deck. In December, they're getting set 12. I'm sorry, set 12. They're getting set 6. We have nothing in January. And then in February, we're getting this. So, maybe we'll get a Lyrical set. Imagine playing the deck at BCS and you lose and then collapse, losing your soul. Only Vanguard was that cool and that edgy. January is the Quick Start deck repackaged. Would they count that as their product? That's really lazy. That's really garbage and lazy if that's what they're counting as the January product. But yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, so we got Lyrical. Japan got Lyrical in July. We got Lyrical in September. We got set 4. We just got set 4. Japan got this in August. We just got it last month, a couple of weeks ago. What is this again? It's not Festival Collection. The Stardust Blade, right? Japan got this in June. We're getting this in November. Set 5, Japan is getting, or sorry, Japan got last month in October. We're getting it next month in December. Then the Stride deck sets, Japan got it in September. We're getting it in January for whatever reason of next year, 2025. Then the collab set, the Koto Koto one, Japan is getting on the 15th of November. We're never getting it because of the whole licensing. Then set 6, finally, Japan is getting this next month, and we've confirmed that we're not getting this until February. So we're gonna have one of those really, really obnoxious periods where two things are gonna happen. It's on their product page. Disgusting. First of all, we're gonna get set 6 after Japan gets set 7. So before then, there's going to be a period of time where we're still going to be in set 5 and this meta, and Japan is already halfway through the anime season, right? But the other thing that's going to happen is that they're going to do this annoying ass period that they do after every BCS. Maybe they won't, because I think we still have BCSs in March, but they probably will. Where they have this annoying ass period where they just let June through like
April-ish sometimes, June through like March, something like that. They just let that die and they don't release anything crazy usually. They only release sort of hyper stuff during like the summer and like the fall, and they kind of do whatever. Yeah, we got BCS still through March, which makes me more think that they're not going to release a product between that time to mess that up, right? They're going to keep us in set 5 meta. We're gonna keep us in set 5 meta throughout the rest of BCS, right? And Worlds might be set 5 meta. So with that in mind, the earliest that we're getting set 7 is probably going to be in May. It's gonna be the 2nd because that's a Friday. It's possible we might get it the week after that, right? But it depends also when, I guess, I don't know if it'll matter when Worlds is, because I feel like Worlds is that weekend or the one afterwards, but this fits the like 85 day schedule that we have. So in that time, I'm assuming Japan is gonna get set 8 in March. No, probably in April. They're gonna have set 8, and the anime will probably be done. It will be in sets 9 reveals by then, right? I think we'll be in like set 9 reveals by then. But yeah, we'll be getting this in May. We should start seeing reviews for for cards that we're getting in May, probably sometime in December. But yeah, why the gaps for global and Japan are not closer? Is it that hard to translate the cards? I don't know. I've given up. I had a lot of faith before, which is why I drew this whole thing. I had a lot of faith early on that maybe they would connect it, right, and try to lessen the gap, because they had like a good, you know, track record of like seeming like they were going to do that, right? They had Festival Collection, set 4 came out a little sooner. They had, you know, set 5 came out a little sooner, so they could have kept doing that, closing out the gap. But then this happened, and that's when I realized they just have no interest in doing that. I don't know if it's because they don't see the benefit of doing that, or because they just don't have the capital, the means to release everything faster, and they need the time to like vet it and make the product and stuff like that and ship it out. I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna gaslight myself into having any hope in that happening anymore. So, color will I dye my hair if we do get Koto? Pink, because I've always wanted to have pink hair. But that won't happen either. But yeah, that's set 7. With that, we can finish up the reveals here. So we have ourselves here the grade 0 for the all achievements require time, which is literally the name of the manga for this collab, right? Obviously, if you go second, you ride over this, you draw 1, right? Purple would be like for a manga. It's not bad, not bad. I don't think that will look good, but sure, I can fucks with that. Least weird. I mean, it is the more shonen-y, cooler looking of the collabs, I guess. Then we got ourselves here Newbie Rewinder Chrono. This is the grade 1. So if you ride this over a Koto, no, when you just play, yeah, when you ride this over a Koto, you reveal either a Koto or a Rewinder from your ride deck. That's grade 3. To search your deck for the Retry Eye, reveal it, put your hand, and shuffle your deck. Then we have here the boy who aims to be a special class Rewinder Chrono. He says, if this is written over either by a Rewinder or a Koto that's grade 3, look at the top 5. Choose up to 1 Koto card from among it, call it to rear, and shuffle your deck. If either card was a Rewinder or a Retry Eye was chosen, you may reveal it and put it into your hand instead of calling it. You wrote it. Nice, good job. And this is the Retry Eye that they keep talking about. So this is a set order. So we actually have another set order in Dark States. This doesn't have a restriction, I don't think, on how you play it.
So you can technically play this in dark states, have more set orders for that one donation curl. So there's that, I guess. But he has an eye patch with grade 1. Looks like he has 3 glasses. 3 glasses. I mean, he has 2. I don't know where you get the 3rd one from. He has guns. Got a watch. And a tie. Oh, but... we're not gonna... Oh my god. Please don't. But, so this says at the end of the battle that your unit will retry attack if you have a greater rewinder, so blast to rest this card and retry that unit. So it just means you stand a unit, and until the end of the turn you can't retry it again. It gets 5k, and you make its drive and crit drive. Its drive and its crit 1. It is not time leap. It is a lot more literal in its time thing. This is not calling out a unit from the future or whatever the fuck. This is just restanding your unit and letting them attack again to get another shot. It's like that one card. No, it's not really. I was gonna say it's like that one Yu-Gi-Oh card, Double or Nothing, but not really. But basically you attack and then you choose a unit, attack with it again. In layman's terms. Then we got ourselves I'll Defy Fate, Rewinder Chrono. Tidal Assault, kinda, yeah. This has 3 effects. First one is the retry ability, right? So you can use this with your order. Then it says act on Vanguard Circle once per turn. So blast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 quote-unquote from among them. Call it to rear, shuffle your deck, and if you chose a retry eye, you can add it to your hand instead. So you have 3 ways to get your retry eyes. Then this says, I don't know how I feel about Dark States becoming so set order heavy all of a sudden. Because there's this, I guess it doesn't count, but there's also like Odom. I guess Odom doesn't, no, well, she has a set order, but it's a set token, never mind. I was thinking about the normal order she plays, but it's because it goes into the order, or the gauge or whatever, so never mind. It doesn't actually, it's not an actual set order. Then this says, once per turn on Vanguard Circle, version up. So this motherfucker gets 2 keywords to himself. So this is if you Persona Road and you have 4 more damage. So it's Persona Limit Break. At the end of the battle, this unit attacks. You can put a card from your hand into soul. Search your deck for up to 1 Me from 3 minutes ago Chrono. Call it to back row center. And that unit gets 10k power, and then you shuffle your deck. Persona Or? Oh, it is Or. Okay. That's, yeah, I mean, okay. I thought Persona Limit Break was cool, but I guess that works too. Make it better, yeah. So donation Suga will rock so hard in this deck with all the settlers? Possibly, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you really do anything with your soul. You get deck thinning, I guess. I guess you can, yeah, I guess you can look at like the top 4, put 1 into soul, and then grab that same thing. But I don't know how many cards you put actually into soul. I haven't read through the rest of it. They're doing everything they can to make Brand Against the Dark State donation work better in Dark States. Yeah, I guess so. Too bad it doesn't count for us in English, I guess. But here is the me from 3 minutes ago Chrono. So we're also getting a lot of back row sensor attackers. This one at least doesn't do drive checks. But this says if you have a Rewinder or a quote Vanguard, he gets the following 2 effects. This says if this is placed on rear by your Vanguard's ability during the battle phase, it can attack from the back row. And also when it attacks, you can have it get 5k power, and at the end of the turn you put into your soul. Does this it searches your deck or drop. Okay, so you can soul blast it out for the first skill, and then you can call it out from drop with the second skill. So that's good. You should blast 2 every retry, so the donation might be useful. Possibly, yeah. I just mean, or maybe less useful. I don't know. I just meant you're not gonna like toolbox your soul, to be able to like get stuff out. But to fill up soul, I guess you could use it that way. You probably have maybe better ways to do that, but I don't know. I don't think, like, I'm pretty sure the card will be good, but probably not for that, for getting stuff from soul to hand specifically, right? But, then we got ourselves here the smartphone type AI smartphone, who says from drop, if a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Rewinder is placed during ride phase and you do not have one of these, you can call this out to rear. So Maple, and then this says act, you can put it into soul, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 retry from among them and really put it into your hand. So you have 4 ways to get your retry eyes, which is kind of crazy. And you can easily soul blast this out from the retry eye and then call it out again next turn to get it back, right? Pretty cool. This deck is lore accurate. Chrono's power is to use the last 3 minutes that happen to make a clone of himself. That's cool. I mean, I really like the like design, the card design that they've done with this, with like the retry and how it correlates to the actual manga. I didn't realize there was an actual connection between this guy's and actual powers, but I took it more literally. Where it's like the Vanguard attacks and then he like goes back in time and attacks again kind of deal, but I didn't think it was something that actually happened in the lore. Roto's ugly cousin, yeah, kinda. Then we got ourselves here strongest Rewinder Shudai, who has the same wording, which kind of sucks, right? We went a good while without having this kind of phrasing, where it was just like this is like the Vispo phrasing essentially, where it's like if you're in the collab, cool. If not, I do fucking nothing. But essentially that's what this says. First effect is you get retry, so you can choose it with the order. Then it says in your drop, if you have the retry eye and you do not have a copy of him, you can call him counterblast one to call him out. And then until end of turn, it gets that all of your vanguards with Chrono get 5k, which is interesting. Then it says version up, so either Persona Ride or you have 4 more damage. When it attacks a grade 3 or greater, this unit gets 10k at the end of the turn. Then you can Energy Blast 3 to give it a critical. So if you retry, I mean, not that it matters, but if you, because it says until end of battle, but if you retry, you would lose the crit. But you basically have, what's his name? Somog from, Vladimir, just, I want to say slightly stronger because this is 20k. Zamog is only 15 by itself, right? And you can restand him, very similar to how you can in Vladimir. But pretty cool, pretty cool. Then we have ourselves here Common Collected Android Rewinder Lemon. So this has the same wording. If it's in the collab, cool. If not, fuck off. This has the retry, so you can also choose this with the set order. Then it says when this is placed on rear, CB1, draw a card, and this unit gets 5k power to the end of the turn. Pretty cool. Then it has the version up, that when it attacks, you can EB3, and your opponent cannot activate auto abilities of their cards until the end of that battle, which apparently does not work against Shoujo Dojis on attack skill, or when attack skill, and it should, I'm assuming, also not work against dolls, which is kind of silly. But I don't understand the ruling for that, but yeah, apparently it doesn't work on those. Strawberry one. The crit related to the fact that in the manga, Shirai's power is to repeat the last action that he did again. I guess that makes sense. So one sword slash hits twice, hence the double crit. I guess. No blitz? No blitz. Break his back? I mean, kinda, yeah. What do you mean, no blitz? Because, oh, you don't mean no blitz orders? What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. Because both activate and resolve at the same time? I mean, yes, but, like, I don't know. I feel like it would make more sense if it just didn't work. Right? If you would just turn it off. But I don't know. I don't think it would be that crazy, but yeah, it is what it is. auto ability, no activation from Blitz. Apparently not. Oh, seems like a cool little card. I guess the like actual applications of this are the cards that say like, if placed on Guardian Circle, I get 5k shield and stuff like that. Those are the ones that this definitely will stop, and I guess like Blitz orders and stuff. If it was a continuous, it would be low-key broken. If you could remove continuous, yeah, because you can turn off. Could you turn off Sentinels? Are Sentinels? No, Sentinels are auto, right? Wait, does this turn off PGs? This turns off PGs, right? Because PGs are auto, aren't they? So this would turn off PGs. It's crazy. It doesn't stop the trigger effects, at least, because they all say continuous. I get shield or whatever, right? So it doesn't stop those, but that's kind of crazy. I give her all OTs. Yeah, essentially. Elementara still works. I don't know if you can. Is it not an auto? Why would Elementar not be auto, right? Here. It's probably not even here. I hate Bushu. I hate them. They make everything so fucking difficult. Elementara, there it is. God. Elementara is it's nothing. Interesting. What is Elementaria? Stop posting links, yes. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that. That's it's night popping rude. I don't know how to undo that. Oh, what? YouTube also doesn't let you post links for whatever reasons, but I didn't know Nightbot stopped that. Oh, you did a typo? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. I was trying to find this. I'll put it up. I can't see the link you posted, unfortunately. What did you say? Oh, you put so.it. Yeah, that's crazy. Sorry about that. Hold on. Which, not chat, but, where the heck is it? Elementaria. There we go. Yes, that's crazy. Elementaria doesn't even have like auto or anything. It's just, yeah. It's just fucking, just do whatever, just effect. That's crazy, right? Because the continuous technically stops here, right? And then it has this other block. Unless this is part of the continuous, is that how I'm supposed to interpret it? No, right? But in general, don't. Is that really how it works? Like, yeah, probably. You're probably right, actually. So this wouldn't stop blitz orders then. Here. Stokea. These are not blitz orders. I thought this came out this set. I guess it was not this set. Depends on the blitz order. Like twin cast, for example, doesn't work. Twin cast doesn't work. I hate that they made this little complicated. Okay, so you can't use twin cast from drop. Presumably, right? Because this specifically says you can activate auto abilities of cards, period. So you cannot activate that auto ability. Yeah, so twin cast from drop would not work. Twin cast from hand would work. I guess I could just look at blitz orders. I don't know why I'm trying to find specific blitz orders. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so they're just tech boxes. Okay, all right. So yeah, it works. Most of them will work, unless they happen to have an auto ability like twin cast. But otherwise, in general, they should all. Oh, it'll turn this off, presumably, right? It'll turn off defending roar. Eesh. Eesh. That's kind of strong. Energy cyclers, yeah. Regular PGs, yeah. All the intercept guy, yep. But for the most part, Blitz orders are safe. Aside from specifically Twin Cast and Defensing War, which is kind of funny because those are really good. But I was looking for this the whole time because that's the only Blitz order I remembered. I can even use this. Yeah, so that's funny. The school over in Paldeo. Good question. Hey Docs, be DMing you to track your own Twitter? Sure thing. It's the muffin closer. I got busy. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I appreciate it either way. Blitz seed is off. Oh right, yeah, the red text that it gives. Yeah, that's why I was looking at it. I completely forgot. So you just get the first part, and then you would lose that you get the extra power. I don't know if they have a listing for it. I hope they have a listing for the token. I mean, they have these goobers, so they should have the token, right? Yes. Yeah. You would not be able to get Gauge. That's crazy. Well, I guess no. Well, it's until the end of the battle, right? It's until the end of the battle. Is a card going into your damage zone still battle? I guess is the question. I guess it is, right? Because you would do damage and then the end of battle effect triggers after the damage. So yeah, you turn off Impaldeo's Gauge. That's crazy. Lemon is fucking crazy. What's the legality of having your OT in hand and you kept using it to guard and putting it back on the field and using Shadow Cloak's effect to put it in hand over and over again? Yeah, you can do that. That's super legal. That's what Zorka players do, right? They'll get the LT, they'll call PGs, they'll call a trigger, and then just keep guarding with it. Bullying? Yeah. Oof. You guys are so lucky. You Dolls players are so lucky this doesn't work. Not that it would have been that big of a deal, but yeah, you Dolls players are lucky it doesn't work against y'all. Y'all happen to have immunity. Because apparently it happens at the same time. But that's kind of funny. That turns off Impalteo. Not that it matters, because we're not getting this in English. But yeah, Lemon goes fucking hard. That shit's crazy. And you can do that shit twice, right? Oh no, it's once per turn. It's once per turn. Never mind. Okay, it's only once per turn, and it has that cost. All right. Still, pretty crazy. But last thing we got here is we got the quote-unquote rare of the card we just saw. I kind of like the original one. They both look nice. Honestly, the original one looks really cool, but they look cool. Anyways, last fun fact, her freezing auto is her power. She stops time for 10 seconds. That makes sense, yeah. We got some more reprints. We've got a reprint of Brainwash Swirler, which is this little fella. We got, I don't know why that was there, sorry. We had a reprint of Yuika again as some cute little anime girl. We got a reprint of Elementaria. We got a reprint of Saragon. And we got a reprint of the Red OT. Must be nice to be Japanese, I guess, to get actual reprints of your cards. And then finally, we're finally called up next Tuesday. They're finally going to talk about Farbneil and Grand Grace. We're going to learn about the promos for Dear Days. And they're going to talk a little bit about, I guess they're going to open probably packs, or yeah, packs and a box for the collab. Yeah, I think the Dear Days info is unfortunately just the promo, and that's it. No actual information, but I could be wrong. From what I remember seeing from the translation, it's literally just that. Yeah, it's just the promo information. Maybe they'll give us more, but who knows? But all right, and that does it for the Bushi stuff. So we can move into a drop zone information. So we just had a card fight the weekend. celebrating set 4's release in English, and we had 4 tournaments in a row. And here are the results for those. So this was day 1. It's gonna be the same theme throughout the days, except for maybe the last one, but not really. We had crazy variety indie decks being played here. Yeah, you're on TV. Yep. I'm away 1 weekend. You guys let Shiranui win. Shiranui win 1 time, you mean? Yep, all the kids are on TV. But yeah, unfortunately, Shiranui did win. We had 2nd place with Leonore, and 3rd place being our own Woodland Docks here in Chet with Seraph Snow. Yes, I was the barrel player. I did horribly. But I didn't make any slides for the deck log, so we can look at it live. Look at it live, damn it! I don't know if anyone gets that reference, but otherwise it seems like I just yelled at you guys for no reason. Who plays dolls? Aster? It was Aster, yeah. Blank did not partake, regretfully. I lost a Nui rip. I thankfully did not have to face Nui all weekend. But that's probably because I only played 2 of the tournaments and I suck. But we can close this and go over here and change. I guess we can just go to the. We can just go here, right? You can just go here. You're gonna show something stupid? Yep, you're gonna show something stupid. There we go. There we go. All right, let's look at these winning decks real quick. And let's put let's put I don't know, I really like the song. Sag, but I'm pretty sure he was gonna play Impulde, or more than likely, yeah, I probably would have been Impulde instead of dolls. I'm gonna already guess who's playing Anchor's Radio. What is the deck name? Do not pass go. You know, like in Monopoly, you don't pass go. Do not pass go. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Come on, Egg. Get with the times. Get with the times. All right, so we got ourselves a in 3rd place we got Dox's Seraph Pure Light list here. Right. It's absolutely genius. But his funky little list here, which almost looks normal, but until you realize this madman is playing 7 fronts over here, and 4 crits, 4 heals, 3 of this blitz over here. Is this a card? Did they make her into a card, or is this the grade 2? Oh, it's the grade 2. It is the grade 2. Okay, that's what I thought. Which just says you Soul Blast 1, and then for every card in prison, it's minus 5k till the turn for whatever is attacking. So if you have something that restands like Shiranui, and you have like 4 things in prison, it becomes minus 20, which is kind of crazy. Wow. Does it what Monopoly or not passing go? Good gosh. If I chose using prison so I can get over my fear of it. Oh boy. Is it just a shield deck? Yeah, kind of, yeah. But then we got, you know, the usual ladies over here. 3 of the Lifeful, 4 of the Robot, 4 of the Rouge, which is interesting. I like Rouge, but I don't remember what would be play. Oh, I think I play the promo here to draw. I don't feel like she's that great anymore, to be honest, but I feel like Rouge is good, but I don't know. But she's just Soul Blast 1 in prison, and she gets 15k shield if you have at least 2 or more in prison. This is a PG. If you Soul Blast 1 and the unit attacking is grade 2 or does it say rear guard? No, if it's just a grade 2 or grade lower unit, this is a PG for free. Alright, well, it's for Soul Blast, but yeah. This is the fucking creator card over here. On place, put something in prison enemy velocity, you draw 1, and then also restand and get 10k when Seraph attacks. Yeah, 5 or more. And then this lady turns off, or no, she makes it 2 or more. And she also gets 5k attack and shield. And then on place, you can imprison something. So, pretty solid, pretty solid. Overall, you know, relatively standard. I think the only standouts, obviously, is the trigger lineup, the Blitz, and the Agro Rouge, but I feel like isn't being run as much. But Cuse Makarite? Oh, no, it's Cuff Spring. Yeah, because they dropped a Cuse Makarite because of the Soul Blast, and they were playing Cuff Spring. That's what it was. Yeah, this would be Cuff Spring, and then instead of the promo, it would typically be the... instead of the Blitz order, it would be the promo that lets you draw cards. The, like, Blitz Girl. The Blitz and the Dire Violet are what got me to the later turns. Then I can do my thing. Yeah, it's a very defensive build. Drago never really saved me. This is just Shield Central, so I can survive as long to do my thing. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That is very fair. I want to see a fake creative card. I mean, you can technically already do that, but... what about the Denial Griffin Blitz Order? Denial Griffin Blitz Order? About that? Oh, you mean like... I don't know. This has been around since like set 2, right? I keep telling y'all, we need more shit like this. I don't think this is that crazy. And y'all tell me I'm crazy when I say, like, if you got a Blitzer that once per turn or even game, you can retire a unit. But whatever. I won't even start because you guys are gonna go off about how I'm wrong and Denial Griffin was the worst thing that happened. Denial Griffin came in and ate your cow and burned your house and ate your butt and flushed you down the toilet and all this other stuff that you guys always tell me when I bring it up. Yeah, no Muna. Denial Griffin was the GOAT. Oh man, something must be wrong if Sim is agreeing with me. Something must be wrong. I don't do cover because I don't like giving people a hand back. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's killed me. The ultimate duck. Good God, that doesn't seem fair at all. I think you're justified to have the PSCD from that one. Yeah, it ate your butt. That's what you guys sound like sometimes, but I think it's mainly but I'm just kidding. Oh yeah. Congrats again, Docs. I think between you and Tristan, well, maybe not Tristan. Aside from this weekend, it would have been also Tristan. But I guess you and the Magnolia guy so far have been the most consistent. Because I think you competed like 3 times and you've gotten 2 third places. The Magnolia guy competed twice and he's gotten first place. It's a little bit of a spoiler-rooney. Then let's take a look at the Leonard list over here. Sorry, I just have to go back to pull it up. Boom, 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 boom. Flashbacks about Daniel Griffin, essentially, yeah. If you saw a heal in the Chicago player's hand, you knew not to go all in, or else the Daniel Griffin would kick your ass. Yeah, I mean, I can certainly get my ass kicked. Does that count? I mean, yeah. I wouldn't want to spot like that for you, but sure, yep. Popping when I can. Sorry, no, it's totally fine. I totally understand. Also, there was a plethora of good resist rear guards, so you can play around it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I still think we need like blitz orders that are strong and that actually do more than just 5k shield, right? I think there are more things they can do than just get shield, right? Just increments of shield. I think we can explore that space a lot more. Doesn't have to be as extreme as retiring a rear guard, I guess. I think that would be okay if it's, you know, done in a fair way. But I think we can explore that space. So we have a Leonard list here, which looks relatively standard from what I've seen. They had a couple of standout. I really like the Rectina indie ride line. I've said that before. They have the Resonance Dragon, which, you know, I still don't really agree with, but I like it. I like the idea of it. I wouldn't play it, but I can respect it. I can respect it. Two of the Alvina is kind of crazy. And then two of the Diantha still is interesting because they kind of do the same exact thing except different costs. This is slightly more power, but I don't know. This is a lot more versatile because you can grab an order. But I guess this doesn't have to be grade 1, right? So there's that. She does have the downside. I don't really like this card because she can only call grade 1 or less. So she's kind of really only good in Leonard right now. Still playing the broccoli, I like that. None of the new card yet. Might be because they haven't gotten it yet, except for it did just come out. But none of the trumpet guide to search top 7 for events. Otherwise, they might maybe drop the residence here. And I don't know what else. Probably the Diantha as well for the counterblast cost, but I could be wrong about that. And then, yeah, they do have the Watermelon Blitz Order, which I've seen a lot of people play. I don't like it, but I understand it's like pretty good against especially stuff like Shoujo Doji. So it's a good meta call. Which is the better Regales piece. Angel Ladder or Caliburn. I feel like for this deck, you want Angel Ladder. She goes hard in Granfia, but like there is a bad deck, yeah. You prefer Caliburn? Yeah, I mean Caliburn's fine. You do have a lot of recursion, so it's not the biggest deal, but I feel like the way the deck works, if you're bracing Angel Ladder your first grade 3 turn, your opponent can't do anything and you're free range to go into events, you have a higher like I feel like that's a more consistent route to victory than Caliburning with no protection and having to bring stuff back. Like a turn of you just not getting touched, keeping hand, and then just going into your Leonard, I feel like wins you the game, personally. But that's just me. I'm not really a Leonard player. New support for Zorga, but I'm not sure what to take for it. I can't replace Couture since playing Orders from Drop is a lifesaver. Yeah, you don't. Unfortunately, you only need one, maybe, of the double rare, and then that's it. If you want to upgrade Zorga, I think that's really it. So I don't know how you would make space for it, but you really just need one singular copy and just shove it in there somewhere. We're gonna turn in one card or 2 cards in hand into a full board already. Ladder doesn't change much. I mean, it gives you protection against Shoujo Doji, and it also lets you draw 1 and it gives you soul, so it does half of what Caliburn does. And it gives you protection for next turn where you don't have to play anything from hand. So you don't have to commit anything. So I think it's alright. But nonetheless, this was the Leonard list from day 1. Spoiler alert, they did play again in day 2. And I'm pretty sure it was the same exact list. I wish there was an easier way to do this. But let's look at everyone's favorite real quick. Here. In Shiranui. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Check out the Seed Machine Gun Blitz Order. Yeah, I don't think that really works out, unfortunately, in Zorga at all. I think the only Blitz Order you really use is the cup. But I don't know, I really don't like that Watermelon Order, but that's just me. But fun fact, this Shiranui list has 1 fruit eye because I imposed the Japanese restriction on them. It did not matter because this deck is fucking stupid, and it does not matter what you hit because giving this deck restanders was a stupid idea. But yeah, they're only playing 1 of the Furai here, which is the card that's hit in Japan, not currently in English. I did the restriction preemptively, coping that English would copy it for the BCS season. They did not, of course not. So they're gonna wait until January 19th or something like that to then give us the new ban list. But yes, Nui does indeed go burr. Yeah, they do have 4 of the Ford. Only 2 of the Shinri, which is insane. But I guess they're mainly using this just to get soul so they can use their dumbass restanders. And then they got this, which is interesting, which is the cards that I feel like in the next couple of months, we're gonna see these cards see a lot of play, maybe. But these are the triple rares from Festival Collection. It was Festival Collection, right? Yeah, Festival Collection. So far, they really haven't seen any play. They've seen some fringe play, but nothing like as much as the donation cards. I guess the only one that's really seen play are the Brancade and Dragon Empire, Brancade and Dark States one, and Chronojet and Messiah. Really, those are the ones they've seen the most play for the most part. But I feel like they'll see more play soon. This one is interesting. It's just on place if you basically went second, or if you went second or you have the same grade. This is a 13k to the end of the turn. So it's kind of the weaker of all of them, but still kind of interesting. Keter sees play. I mean, it does and it doesn't. Like it does, but not in the decks that are being played as much. Right? Like you don't see it in Raziel. You don't see it in Liel as much. I'm pretty sure you don't see it in Liel at all. I don't even know what else is being. You don't see it in Luard, right? So the decks that are really being played in Keter, you don't see this card, the equivalent, right? But I do see it in like some other stuff. But yeah, me personally, I would let that happen. Once I get my FFR handles for the next tournament, will be less moody and top trust. Yeah, I guarantee it. I can guarantee it. Unfortunately, that'll be for the Turkey Bowl, which I still have to figure out what the fuck that's gonna be. But I just like doing thematic things. I like Thanksgiving, but put this back up, and now let's switch over real quick. Spec because of lever dress. It's used in lever dress. I have not seen it in a single lever dress list, but I guess I would not be surprised. You discard in that deck? Yeah, I don't think I've seen it in lever dress. The list I've seen, just at least, but maybe that's a new development. Anyways, so this was day 1, right? Now let's look at day 2, which was possibly the worst day of a tournament for me in my life. Maybe the second worst. I guess I didn't. Hold on. I didn't do the quick breakdown. So we had 1 Raziel, 1 Shojodoji, 1 Shiranui, 1 Andal, 1 Chris Rain, 1 Barrow Me, 1 Leonorn, 1 Seraph Snow, 1 Tamir, 1 Impuldio, and 1 Herminia, right? But yeah, fucking day 2 was oops all strike decks in top 3. I wanted to commit. But so here we had ourselves 1 Chronojet, 1 Leah Shafel, 1 Shojodoji, 1 Shiranui, 1 Mordeline, 1 Luard, 1 Leonorn, 1 Sienna, and 1 Impaldio. Just book BCS Philly, let's go! Yes! Can't wait for Philly. Philly's gonna be crazy. So I'm going with Dull this weekend. And I'm going to basically Philly's gonna be I'm gonna need moral support. So Dullif, I'm gonna go in to gather information and see, you know, how things are like. Because Philly, I'm coming in with Barrow. I'm gonna try and win Philly with Barrow. But we'll see how that goes. Strides indeed were a mistake, yes. I'm gonna be sad if I don't meet at least one of y'all in Philly. I'm sure we will, don't worry. I'll make sure to find everyone. Or whether there was an official episode merch. Yeah, I wish. I would love to get us, because I've seen like at BCSs where people have like team jerseys, especially like, yeah, BSFs I should say. People have like team jerseys, so I wish I could have gotten us that. Obviously that would have been like $1 million, but that'd have been so cool to get us all jerseys. But yeah, I'm still gonna try and get the promo. I don't know if I'm gonna, hopefully I'll have like the time. I have to figure out how to do it and how it works, but yes, I'm definitely gonna try and do that. Thanks for reminding me, I completely forgot about that actually. But yeah, so third place we had Chronojet, second place we had Luard, and first place we had Shiranui again. You already know how I feel about that, so I'll just leave it at that. I will just leave it at that, right? Good times is here for Well, it'd be easy to find you at least, right? But let's hop back over here. Let's indulge the old folks, the geriatrics with their stride shenanigans over here real quick. Dolls would have swept. I'm so sad I couldn't make it. I gladly, bruh. If you could have made it so Shiranui did not top, I would have been ecstatic. I would have shouted your name. I would have climbed my roof and shouted your name in joy. All three side decks are top. Yep, love it. Shut up, Sip. I think you have the wrong distribution. It's all strides. Yep. Unfortunately, Shiranui bad deck. Shut up, Click. So here's the Chrono Jet list. I want to say it's relatively standard. The standouts are definitely this lady. That's pretty interesting. This is, I mean, I want to say discount swirler, but it's, I don't know. I wish she was good. I was really excited when I saw her art, and then I found out her effect is kind of ass. But she's interesting because she does get 5k when something is placed, so that's kind of nice. So you can like put it behind this fella, he goes away, and then when something's played in front of her again that turn, you can boost with her, she'll be stronger, which is all right. It gives you soul. We have here 3 fronts here. Probably just couldn't get another one of these effect fronts. I wish they had told me. I could have sent them some, but I think the rest is just crits, right? Yeah, just a bunch of crits. This OT, pretty standard, right, for the most part. I don't know what regardless piece you guys play. I know this was the one that was played before, but I don't know what you're playing now. This is giving you ideas? Sure. This is using the TDBG. Yeah, this is a bit of I want to say budget and a what's the word I'm looking for? Availability issue where they don't have access to product as easily, unfortunately. But that don't matter. They got third, so keep that in mind. Not the transfer anymore. It's either sword for Biddle Doll. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm getting at. Shut up. But yeah. This was also they probably also got this before it was $1 million. It does come with PGs actually, yeah. I don't know. They probably fucked up the deck log, if that's the case. But I know that the case is, I know the person, so I know that that's the case for some of these cards, right? I don't think Frustration is expensive because she should. I mean, she's been in and out, but she's had a couple of reprints. So I don't know if she would be expensive. But I know that's what the deal is here, per se, right? It's just availability of the product in this location. They bought it with only singles. I mean, basically, that might have been the case. Honestly, that might have been the case. Honestly, considering again availability of the product in their area, I would not be surprised if this was all singles. But I don't know. Shut up, quick. But yeah, so that's Chrono Jet. Let's look at another stinky stride list. TEM5Y. Here is Lord, which I feel like this is like the standard list, aside from maybe the Overtrigger and this many fronts. Maybe they fair fronts, but I feel like they were used to. I feel like they were playing draws before, but fronts kind of make sense. Everything else I feel like is relatively standard, except maybe like. I guess, yeah, because I can't play Saragon, so I don't know. Maybe some of these would be. I feel like they don't play. I feel like they only play like 2 of this, and they play none of this for what. I don't understand why you don't play this card, because it has Ritual Name and it's like a good shield, but whatever. I feel like maybe this would be another copy of it. I don't know. Fluorite players kind of do whatever the fuck they want. Singles in your area. I think it's easier to find Cogent sealed than it is to find Cogent singles, but more power to them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know. I just know product's not that easy for them to get. That's all I know. So I'm just making assumptions. Is that a card? Yeah, I don't know if you're being serious or not, but yes. It is a card. You can play Saragon, but it's called cheating. Yeah. So I don't know what they would play because I feel like most of the word list, but I haven't looked at them lately. They only play like maybe 1 or 2 of this, if any. They play none of this for whatever reason. But that might have changed since Saragon. I don't think I've looked at it since then. But, yeah, not really much I feel like to say here, right? It's a pretty standard word list for the most part. This thing has been interesting seeing them play this, right? But and I would look at the Shiranui list, but I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same. Get back, please, and play. Pumpkin Hill? I can't believe I didn't play this in Halloween. I'm so mad I didn't play this in Halloween. Or at least all of October. What a shame. I can't play lone players. Can I play this? Yeah, we can do that for a minute. Different by like 2 or 3 cards. Yeah, okay. They're gonna have to play that grade 3. It's the best, more effective to call target out for their kill turn. Yeah, that sounds about right because it has it does have ritual, right? Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's just interesting how they went from playing none of it to suddenly playing it again. But here we go. So best Christmas present to get a Vanguard player? Let's see if I whoops. I mean, you would think it would just be a booster box, but they probably have all the cards, so you probably just have to ask them what like SRs, FFRs, or whatever they've been chasing. You can probably get them that. They'd probably really appreciate that. If not, I mean, a random box would probably still be fine. Yeah, like their favorite card in max rarity if you can get it. Or assuming they don't have it, but like, yeah. So yeah, so that was Saturday, day 2. Here is day 3. Rarity of their favorite cards. Dex cards is like the best, yeah. I 100% agree with that. Excuse me. Or sleeves, yeah. Sleeves would be nice, yeah. Or a mat. Mat would be talking cat, yeah. I don't know which cat you're talking about. But yeah. So we had this Sunday. We had 2 Leisha Fells, 2 Aldens, 1 Shoujo Doji, 1 Raziel, 1 Coral, 1 Alacalibria, 1 Magnolia Mask, 1 Luard, 1 Welstra, 1 Gryandra, 1 Zorga, and 1 Flame Glam. But it was ultimately won by Leisha Fell. Not me. I was the second Leisha Fell. I did horrible this day as well. I decked out twice, which sucked, but it is what it is. Raziel and then Magnolia Mask, which is funny. Oh yeah, there was no Nubatama this week. Yeah, or this day I should say. I want to do something stupid up with Magnolia Mask at first place. Hey, deck was always good. Granted, is your deck nice? I think I think Zen only got to play like a round or 2, and then he had to drop for something. Whoop! What did it do? Oh, did you accidentally post a lick? Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Docs. That's Nightbot being ridiculous. And they're not even posting links. He just accidentally put a period, like Sim did, and the Nightbot just went. But sorry about that, Docs. Coral in this economy, when she can't shuffle the deck, localize entirely in the deck breakdown. She can't shuffle? I mean, why would you want to shuffle? Sorry, Nightbot. You're good. I was lied to. Well, put put 2 letters on both sides of that period with no spaces, and she'll shoot you. And I just built Grand because I just got the new card, and then I proxied my foul hearts. Come on. Oops. So let's look at these lists. I'll open them all at once, so I won't have to switch once. Shut up, Click. You know what I'm talking about. Whoops, that's the Japanese one. And there's under $15 completed. I mean, for the most part. The only thing about it is that you have to kind of play Foulheart because he works extremely well with the deck. Other than that, yeah, everything is like pennies. But Foulheart just works too well with the new card. Because you can call it from drop every turn when you push on the right, which is really good. 6WNX4. Pro only shuffles the deck once, unless it got a weird vision with Street Sweet after your fate sealed. I mean, I think that's okay. I feel like that's not that big of a deal, but I can understand why it could be. Yeah, there's a card that makes me bot tag my Roman Prison Dragons. Oh man, you got hit with the girl. I'm sorry. I hate that girl. I mean, I guess they do have a new card that does that, but it was probably the girl. That's crazy. Alright, let's go over here. Whoops, did not search here. Deck turning, Mr. Serene deck turning. I mean, sure. I don't know, I still feel like core is pretty solid. I was considering taking it to BCS, but I didn't. Any more Friday night tournament scheduled right now? There's a premium tournament. The week after Duluth. And then there's a Sunday tournament after that, unfortunately. So those will be the only tournaments for this week, this month. Don't like my EPs. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is deck thinning, deck courting. Here's the Ishafel. I was gonna say it's about the same list I'm playing, but I'm not playing Vash Blonde, I'm not playing this girl, and I'm not playing Yuriko. But I'm playing the more fun list, which is why I decked out. But this is kind of like, I want to say the typical list that is being run, where it's just 1, 2, 3, 4 of the generics. Typically they don't even play this. I've seen Japan just play 2 of the energy cycler, but I don't know. I don't really like Vash Blonde, and then Stegra just makes the deck feel like bad or worse Kyrie, because it kind of does the same thing as the dragon. So this is kind of like for me. I don't really see the point in this girl personally, because I don't think you need the soul, and like the grade 3 already draws for you, and it's going to get to soul anyways, and it's a better attacker. But it is what it is, I guess. It's just lyrical pile. I mean, kind of, yeah. That's basically how everyone's building the deck right now, but it is what it is. Guys, maybe, yeah. She'll play Stagger. Yeah, they play it because you can guarantee it on turn 2, and also she's a 20k attacker that can draw your card. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it is slightly better numbers than the grade 2 that swings for 18. Can sometimes make a difference, but also you can make a board on turn 2, and also if you ever get a copy of this. Is it locked to attacking Van? I guess not. I don't know why you wouldn't want to, but I guess not, yeah. But yeah, I don't feel like you really need the jump package. The jump package is fine, but I feel like her line is fine, or like anything else. Because like the soul, it's not for the soul really, it's just for the fact that it's just good stuff generics, but so if you call him precedent, so if they call him precedent off Dojo Ride line, or call like a grade 3 off purple ulti, you can attack rear on turn 3 and get 5k base already. I mean, I guess. I don't know how often that would come up, but yeah, I guess so. But yeah, if like they hit OT, I guess, yeah. But I don't know. I'm working on a list that doesn't use any of these girls because the deck just feels kind of boring to me like that. But we'll see. I might just wait until too much power, not enough space. I might just wait until the next set. But anywho, here is Raziel. Oh, they're playing this guy. That's interesting. I don't know. I like the girl a lot better. This is like too expensive. You know, effect cost wise, I mean. But yeah, this is the bot decker that they were using. Putting Pedestrian, am I calling? Yeah, I don't feel like Eureka does much either. Like, I don't know, like I feel like a lot of the generics just don't do much. I understand Theglia. I don't understand this. You can see my cursor, right? Yeah, I don't understand this. Vashblon, like, I guess. I don't see the point in Eureka, personally. But that's just me. Like, I get it, but like I feel like it doesn't, like, I don't know. I feel like you can probably do more with something else. Protects Albalina, I guess. Like, I guess you can do it that way. Fair. Alright, fine. I get this. This you can save the energy, but I don't think energy is that big of a deal. So Precia is better. I don't know if you ever use the second skill either. I don't know if that really matters that much. It does make the Vanguard hit slightly better numbers, but I don't know. But like these two kind of make sense. I don't like this one as much, but these two make sense. This doesn't to me, but so just running the grade 3 because yeah, that's what I'm using. I'm just using the grade 3 that draw 1. So because they basically do the same. It's basically the same thing as Stegra past turn 2, right? Like aside from her first skill. That you can only do on turn 2 or if you see Calburn. The grade 3 does about the same, except the grade 3 sometimes Stegra can make slightly better numbers, but it's about the same thing. That's related. No, that's fine, don't worry about it. It's only shit if you're running the OG ride line because it has Doji problem immunity. Yeah, if you're running the OG line, I would run Vashblon instead. But if you're running Wallista, you might as well run Brescia because then you can actually guard with it and get some value off of it. Because I don't really think you're ever gonna get a lot of value out of this second skill, right? And you have the soul for it, sure, but yeah, I don't know. As few inches as possible. I mean, there's not really. I mean, I wouldn't say that. This is, I guess, technically an engine, but yeah, it is what it is. In any case, Raziel list. Raziel be Razieling. Pretty standard stuff for the most part, right? This is, I don't know if I agree with this guy. I feel like this is way too costly. I would rather play the other girl, the one that lets your opponent draw a card. I'd rather that than me discard a card just to bot deck everything, but like, I don't know, aside from Prison Dragons, but aside from Zorga, I don't know where you would need to bot deck multiple cards of the same name. What matchup that would be useful in? But I could be wrong. My 5th draft of the deck didn't run Eureka with 3 Precias, but then someone said to protect Eureka. Yeah, or the Resender. Yeah, I'd probably throw in Eureka. I don't know. I have to give it a shot. I'm fucking around with a couple of different lists, but yeah, I think Eureka makes sense now. But I also I've only played the deck once, right? No. Faded King Ditch Getter pile. I mean, it'll come back. Don't you worry. And then the last list here, the more important one, is the Magnolia Mask list. Which is kind of wild. So let's absorb this real quick. So only 3 draws. Other than that, pretty normal. Play Misty Arc at 2. Only 2 of the Mask, which is pretty normal. Only 3 of the Hog. 3 Sero. 2 of this fella. I love this new fella. 2 of the promo. 4 Maliva, which makes sense, and 4 of this guy, which makes sense. 4 of the dragon, which makes sense. 4 of obviously the actual cat. And then the Magnolia line. So the Magnolia line works really well with this fella, I'm pretty sure. Obviously it works with the mask. You can get the mask back because it's grade 3 for the second effect, and you can ditch the mask if you want. It also kind of works really well with this, right? So I don't know. I feel like this and the Magnolia line really work with Magnolia mask. But this is also really good because it gives you a good attacker. No Gadult is fine. You don't need what's his name? Alpin anymore, because this basically fills the same role minus the power, but you have the markers for the power, so you don't have to worry about playing a bunch of grade 1s, which is good. So really good. Tomato promo, yep. I did enjoy a bigger restander off finding the second of turn 2, and now I have and now you have to guard bigger number. I did enjoy a big ass restander. What do you mean? How did the restander get big ass? Like second of turn 2 was fine, because I managed to do that I think I did that all 4 games that I played. I managed to get second of turn 2, which felt good, but I don't know, it just feels too high rolly for me. I have 3 Malevas, 3 tomatoes. Otherwise, I don't know, I would definitely play 4 Maleva, but it didn't care on marker. Give it triggers. Yep. It's literally mini. It's a little mini. What's his fucking name now? It's a little mini Gnosula, essentially. And gives you lets you run 4 orders instead of 9. Why the fuck were you running 9 orders? I don't think you need to run any orders, personally. Personally, I don't think you need to run any orders. I guess I can fuck with the 2 Misty Arbitat, fine. Why the fuck would you run 9 orders? That sounds insane to me. I think the most you need is 2 of this. Maybe 3 of the mask, and then that's it. You don't need any more orders. It should just be units, in my opinion. But CB deny an effective strategy against Magni Mask? Why are you trying to counter? Why are you so threatened by Magnolia Mask? You're trying to counter it over here. But they have a counter charger. So you could give them CB denial, but once they get their markers, they don't really care too much about the CB. So you would have to just non-attack them to turns 1, 2, and 3. If they have no CB, they can't do anything, but you're also losing the game, right? So now you only run the ones that you need, not arbitrarily amount Ranker Chain demands. I don't know. Ranker Chain didn't feel good. I don't feel like Ranker Chain or orders felt good in Magnolia Mask, to be honest. Yeah, Misty Habitat is fine. It's fine. It's just there are some situations where it's a dead card, and now that you have like this, right, and this, because the problem before is that you would play Misty Habitat, and the only thing you can call is these 2. Right? Because you would call this with, so fuck this guy. You can't call this until later, right? And like some of the other stuff before you had these promos and stuff, you just would not be able to call it, right? So it kind of sucked. Now you actually have like a grade 1 that you can call that has an axe skill. You can call this, right? And even if you can get it from drop or whatever the case may be, right? You can call this. Like now you have actual targets you can call other than just these 2. So yeah, Misty Habitat makes sense to me now. Just don't attack Magnolia Mask. Yeah, you can just not attack. I mean, they'll still attack you a bunch of times, but if you can sit there for like 3 or 4 turns on attacking, sure. But is ever good, but the OG Riley was so bad that it was the only pick. I mean, I don't know. I would have rathered the Royal line. I think the Royal line would have worked a lot better personally. But yeah, that's the mag list. Probably going to go ahead and test this list a bit with my fiance because she's a Magnolia enjoyer. I don't know what I would change, but honestly, maybe cut Sero and play like a 3rd copy of this. Maybe that's the only thing that I would change, but I don't know. I feel like the ratios are pretty right for the most part. All right, later. Click. Excuse me. But yeah, that was. Gonna go vote. Oh yeah, I guess it is time for you. Now if it was consistent, yeah, and you know, stride decks are gonna be a thing. It's pretty good, but definitely feels a lot better than before. But hopefully we'll get the announcement soon that we get the the new Dragon Tree Grade 2s. We can take out the Hog and play 4 of those, and it should be full gas. I should probably get the FFRs of Magnolia Mask. They're probably gone right now, but I should get them before they're all gone. But so yeah, this was Card Fight the weekend, celebrating the release of set 4. This was day 1. I posted this all in the discussion for the whatever. Yeah, I think it's the discussion or whatever it's called. But the community, I made a community post with all of these, and it's also in the Discord. Here's day 2, and here is day 3, and that's that. 4 3 eel. I don't know, I'll probably do 4 There's 6 listing of the mask around $30. I'll have to see. I was hoping it was like $2 or something like that, but obviously 30 is not bad considering. But yeah, because I have 1, so I have to get 3 more for my fiance. But yeah, I might have to sell some ass to get those before they're gone, before they hit us with the Womble this Tuesday. Like, oh, by the way, every nation gets the mask, the Dragon Tree card. Oh, we'll see. Hopefully they don't do something lame where they only do like 3 of them like this set, or like 2 of them this set and then 2 of them next set, or something stupid like that, like they like to do. But so alright, I'm gonna go see if I can actually get some rest, because I've been on this computer literally since like 8 a.m. and it is now 8 p.m. I think that voice is exactly how Bushy thinks. Yep, basically. Sounds like just to go bonkers and float in rage. Yeah, maybe. But nonetheless, thanks everyone for stopping by. I'm gonna go see if I can prepare for Dolph a bit with my fiance if she's up for it, or just stare at the wall for a bit. Since I've just been doing work all day. We'll be back Thursday to talk about what is Thursday again? Oh right, the encounter stuff. So thankfully that should be a slightly smaller stream where I don't have to catch up. And then after that, for the weekend, I'll be going to Duluth. And the next Tuesday we can talk about Duluth. But I'm gonna try and like bring some sort of camera and stuff with me. See if I can do some kind of vlog. I've never vlogged ever, let alone for a BCS, so we'll see. I have to figure out a style or something like that and how to make that into a video in like the next 2 days, right? And see how that works. Yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your morning, day, evening, what have you. Go vote if you want or not, I don't care, I'm not the boss of you. Don't go outside late time. Yeah, maybe don't do that. Be safe. These streets ain't safe. And till next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves a damn good one. And bye.